Let's get serious. Come on. The Iran talks have adjourned with no deal announced. The State Department says all non-essential workers should leave Israel today. Former U.S. Ambassador to NATO Kurt Volker is with us. Mr. Ambassador, I'm going to use that word again. This sounds ominous to me. It surely looks like an attack, a strike on Iran is imminent. What say you?
Yeah, I certainly, the U.S. government, both the State Department, the Defense Department, they are setting all the conditions where we would be able to conduct an attack if President Trump orders it. I don't think we are at the stage yet where President Trump has decided to give that order. I think that just what he said yesterday, he's saying that there is progress in negotiations. We can see where they go, but he wants to send a very clear signal to Iran. He's willing to use force if necessary if he is not getting his way and making sure they don't have a nuclear weapons program. So taking these steps now, it is preliminary to give him every option to exercise that military strike if he chooses to do so.
The Iranians keep talking, stalling for time. How about President Trump, which would launch a very limited initial strike just to get him back to the table and get him to be serious? Any chance of that?
I think it's quite possible. You know, what he did last time is he gave them a week-long deadline, and then he decided to act within 3 days. Yep. And that came as a surprise to the Iranians. I think he's doing the same thing again. He's giving them a clear message. He's showing he's willing to use military force. He's giving them a chance to actually commit to not having nuclear weapons. And I think he very well could take a military step just to show that he's serious. The difficulty for President Trump is that the nuclear program is a very big thing, and he can use military force effectively on that. But what we all really want is to see regime change in Iran, let the people of Iran decide who's going to rule them. And there, U.S. military power is much less questionable as to whether it can achieve that result.
Sure thing. Mr. Ambassador, Russia says the situation in Cuba is intensifying after these boat shootings. Now Putin's considering providing fuel support for Havana. How should we respond if America intervenes? I'm sorry, if Russia intervenes.
If Russia intervenes, yeah. I'm curious to see how Russia intends to deliver that fuel. They're going to be going through a Caribbean that the U.S. military is largely controlling now. I think they would really be testing U.S. patience to try to break through that. As far as calling this a provocation, I mean, this is a private group using a speed vote from Florida. We don't know exactly what they were doing. They're investigating. But to say that this is a provocation or to hold the U.S. government responsible, I think is a bit of a reach for Russia, and I think they even know that. What's more significant here is that their ally in Venezuela has collapsed. And that is where I think they are seeing that if that happens and persists, then Cuba is very shaky, and they're looking to find ways to shore up Cuba. Frankly, I don't think that they're going to have the means to do it.
One last one, sir. It's going to cost roughly $600 billion to rebuild Ukraine's economy. Who pays? Is there any chance that we would seize Russian assets and use that money to pay for Ukraine's recovery?
Well, we should seize whatever Russian assets there are in the United States, Russian government-controlled assets in the United States. There aren't really that many. The Europeans have walked up to this and decided not to seize them, but they've issued a loan valued against them, and then they expect there to be reparations paid by Russia to Ukraine, and Ukraine would repay the loan based on those reparations. So they found a way to do this. But as far as who pays, I would not put all this on the public sector. I think you're going to find that once there is actually a ceasefire in Ukraine, the private sector is going to see massive opportunities to invest, to make money, and you're going to stimulate growth in Ukraine. Think of what happens in the U.S. after a hurricane. The insurance companies step in, they put in some money, but then everybody rebuilds and it ends up better than before. I think that's what we're going to see in Ukraine.
That would be a good thing. Kurt Volker, thank you very much for joining us, sir. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Stuart.